So today I'm gonna ask you a question. Which stories or which book that you like the most of which author? Like Rodell or J.K. Rowling and more authors like that. Which one do you like? Well, for me, I really like J.K. Rowling, and also it is like I'm really care and like want to be like her when I grow up. She's really hard work. She really tried even when she's in her depression. And now I'm going to tell you about her life. First of all is birth. Her name was actually Joanne Rowling. She was born on July 31st of 1965. And then her parents actually want her to be a boy, which they have already named Simon John. But they were pretty much really disappointed because she was a girl. She was disappointed and she was treated like a girl. And then her family, parents, Peter Rowling, and he is a aircraft engineer, and Anne Rowling, her mom, a science technician, and a sister named Diane Rowling. So when Diane was born, she asked that if her parents were disappointed if she was a girl, but they didn't. So she was really disappointed and really sad about that. Of course, it's every children's feeling about that. Okay. So now let's talk about her childhood. First of all, she was 12 and her sister was 10. They were cleaners at a church. And then she loved to read, and the book that inspired her was The Little White Horse. And she even wrote her own story at the age of 6. It is about a rabbit named Rabbit, and the book was titled The Rabbit. And then she loved playing wizardry and witches with her neighbor. And she also loves forests. And then when she was at school, even her essays was published because it was too good. And that's why her essay was even published. A good writer. And her mother was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, and there was no cure at that time, so she died and never see her daughter's success. And she even smoked. She have different reasons to excuse, and then she smoked and dropped cigarette on the ground. She felt if she was an outsider because she's always so lonely and stuff. When she grew up, secondary school or high school maybe, yeah. And then adulthood. So she was married. She moved to Portugal to be an English teacher, and she married Jorge Arante, which is a Portugal man. And first, when she had birth, but she had a miscarriage at the first attempt. This affected her greatly. And the second attempt had Jessica. And then, Jorge Arante and her divorced because he kicked Joanne out of the house without Jessica. And Joanne came back the next day with the car. So that's why she can bring her daughter with her. Then she was in the case of homelessness. She had to skip meals so Jessica could be fed. She was depressed. And then started when she was on the train, she thought of Harry Potter. And then at that time she has nothing to write with, so she was just thinking in her mind. She wrote the book in a cafe, and she wrote the first chapter about 155 times, and combined it in 6 months of writing. Her mom passed away and never see her success. And then she finished her first book. 12 publishing company rejected and 1 accepted. Then success with the first book, and she continued her writing journey. And here are some inspiration that was in her life, and then that inspiration was in the book. Her house, and it is the inspiration for Aunt Petunia's house. Forest around her home, the Forest of Dean. Herself, she is like Hermione. station where her parents met. It is the train station in Harry Potter. Their grandmother, which they greatly hate, is Aunt Marg, and their neighbor, named Ian, is an inspiration for Harry. And then fascination with train. So that's why students go to school by train in their book Harry Potter. She and her sister have awful haircuts. So that's why Harry with awful haircuts as well. Chemistry teacher, she is inspiration for Severus Snape. And Sean Harris, her best friend when she was left out, is inspiration for Ron Weasley. And her best friend's first car is the Weasley flying car. And that is just some of the inspiration that was in her book. And here I have collected a quote from J.K. Rowling. It matters not what someone is born, but what they grow to be. She was not born what her parents want her to be like. She was not a boy, but she still grew out to be one of the most successful author of all time. So that is all about J.K. Rowling, and thanks for listening. Bye!